and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have another tired reading, and I want to apologize to the person who requested a specific fanfic. It was a bit too long for me to read. Maybe one day, but I can't make any promises. Either way, let's get into it. The blaring of an alarm clock drags you from your sleepy reverie as you slowly came to. Your eyes are still tired and blurry, but you recognize the familiar green mop of hair to your right as Izuku's. It takes you a minute to process everything with your brain still half asleep, but you feel him reach around you and over you to hit the snooze button, effectively silencing the bane of your existence every morning. Squinting, you roll over and read the time. 5 a.m. It is way too damn early to be awake right now. The boy who only moments ago had been snoring peacefully next to you suddenly sits up, staring blankly for a moment to gather his bearings, then carefully slipping out of bed as to not wake you and Shoto, though it was a bit too late for your sake. When he realized you were staring at him with groggy eyes and a cute pout, he smiled but couldn't help but feel bad for waking you up. He tried to apologize quietly, ruffling your hair gently before giving you a quick kiss on the cheek, while telling you to go back to sleep. But you knew it was too late for that, and you rubbed your eyes sleepily as you watched him change into the familiar pair of basketball shorts he used to work out in, and one of his many signature graphic tees. "Izuku, can I go with you on your run?" you whispered, trying to push yourself up from the bed slowly, before you could make it all the way up. A pair of arms wound their way around your torso, and you felt yourself being dragged back down to the mattress softly. Todoroki nuzzled his face into your neck from behind you, exhaling a warm puff of air that sent goosebumps down your neck and your arms, and caused the hair at the nape of your neck to raise a little. "I don't think Shoto wants you to," Izuku chuckled, "although I'm sure he would understand if you did. Do you want me to wait for you?" Behind you, Shoto mumbled half-heartedly, "Stay." Sleep evident in his voice as he drifted back into dreamland before he even finished speaking. The warmth he radiated and the soft blankets you snuggled back into were enough to keep you from trying to get up a second time. You were entirely tempted to succumb to the newfound drowsiness that washed over you. "It's fine," you murmured to your partner. If you had the energy to say more, you would have, but Shoto's even breathing was lulling you back to sleep faster than you realized. "Hey, Deku." The words were barely coherent, but they were there and he heard them. He took them especially serious at the mention of his hero name, which he knew you only used when you really needed something. "Yes, sweetheart." He made his way over to the edge of the bed, kneeling down at your level as he lightly ran his thumb over your jawline in a loving way. "Can I have your sweatshirt? It smells like you." Your eyes were ready to close again, facial features relaxing as Izuku continued to caress your cheek with his thumb. "Of course, love." Izuku smiled at the request. He gave you one last look of adoration before rummaging through the room for a specific hoodie that he'd worn that week. It happened to be his softest one, and he drenched the whole thing with his cologne on accident, so it probably still smelled like him. He let out a small noise of triumph as he found his sweatshirt on the back of his computer chair before he gave it an experimental sniff to make sure it was really clean. It was, although he'd definitely used way too much of his cologne for his liking. Good thing he wasn't the one who would be using it today. Making his way back to you, he scrunched his nose at the overbearing smell and let out a puff of air from his nose. You would love it. "Here, baby." You felt him gently shake you to get your attention, but you refused to open your eyes, instead latching onto his arm that he held the hoodie in and cuddling up to both. Hey, Izuku let out a quiet laugh at your reaction while you carefully tried to pull his arm away. You eventually gave in and let go, preferring to rub your face in his shirt and take a few deep breaths of his cologne. "I love you both. Sweet dreams." And with that one last pat to both you and Shoto's head, Izuku is out the door on his usual morning run. The next time you woke, golden rays of sun were filtering through the blinds covering your window, and Todoroki was staring quietly next to you, a yawn escaping his lips. You were curled tightly into a ball, your arms curled into your chest, while your hands grabbed at something you didn't remember having before bed last night. Opening your eyes and letting them focus for a moment, you realized you were holding one of Izuku's favorite hoodies, and a few fleeting memories from earlier returned to you as you rolled over to greet Shoto. "Hi, baby." Shoto smiled affectionately at your hello and brought a hand to rest against your cheek before leaning in for a kiss. "Morning, babe. Did you sleep okay?" "I did. How did you sleep, princess?" you teased. "I slept okay," he replied, closing his eyes and laying down. You let your mind drift as you both laid there together in a comfortable silence. Birds chirping outside and the sounds of people going about their everyday lives created a sort of morning ambiance as you absent-mindedly started humming the most recent catchy tune you had heard, finding its way to your vocal cords as you serenaded the bedroom softly. "Please don't stop," Todoroki pleaded with you. His eyes were still closed, his face soft and relaxed. You only smiled and continued. About half an hour later, while you were in the middle of singing a sweet melody that Todoroki had personally asked you for, you heard the sound of the front door opening, shoes being kicked off hastily before heavy footsteps were trudging up the stairs to the bedroom. You stopped singing as Deku opened the door, Shoto grumbling out a complaint about you stopping before lifting his head up to see what the commotion was about. "I'm back and I brought breakfast and coffee." He set a drink carrier down on the computer desk along with a couple of other small bags that smelled of something sweet before ripping off his shirt, tossing it onto the floor without a care in the world. "Scoot over." He only gave you one warning before he was diving into the bed with the two of you, worming his way in between you with a sly smile and sneaking up on your front side in all of his sweaty glory. "Oh, Izu, yuck." You feigned disgust but laughed and pulled him in close regardless. "You know you love it. Come here, both of you." He wrapped an arm around each of you and pulled you to his chest, Todoroki smirking and cuddling into him while you tried to pull away playfully, but he was much stronger physically, and you squirmed as he held you in place. "Can you go back to singing now, listener?" Shoto asked, his voice much more upbeat now. "Oh, you were singing? Can I make a request?" Izuku interjected. "Only if you let me get up so that way I can go pee." You sighed as he released his hold on you, a triumphant grin on your face as you swung your legs out of bed and made a dash to get up. "Ha! Breakfast is mine!" "Oh, no you don't." Curse Izuku's quirk. There was a reason he was the #1 hero in Japan. He outmatched not just you in physical capabilities, but speed as well. You let out a happy squeal as he reached over and grabbed you from behind, lifting you up slightly and tossing you in the middle of the bed between the two boys. "I wasn't done cuddling yet." Todoroki snuggled into you, and you didn't try to move this time as Izuku curled around you from behind. "You two were so cute this morning, all cuddled up in bed. I wish I would have taken a picture. It was adorable. And when I gave you my hoodie, listener, you latched onto my arms and you wouldn't let go. What a cutie." Your face flushed and grew hot, your heartbeat speeding up a little bit as Izuku squeezed you tightly and pressed his lips against your neck. "You still owe me half a song, listener." "Half of your song and then a coffee and breakfast or it'll get cold." "I want a song too." You sighed, picking up where you left off and smiling to yourself. Even if breakfast got cold, you could always reheat it. But moments like these, they only happened ever so often, and you made the most of them. Breakfast would just have to wait. Alright, so that's the end of this one. I want to apologize again to the person who requested this. I know you requested a specific fanfic. It was just too long for my lack of sleep at the moment. I will be trying to go to sleep early tonight, but we will see what happens. So that's kind of what's going on. Please, if you ever stay up late to watch my premieres, go to sleep. It's really worth it. I can tell you staying up late is not worth it most nights. Either way, have a great rest of your day, night, whatever. Sorry for any background noise, and goodbye!